Hi everyone, this is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome to the stream. Hey Tag, hey Ezraya, welcome. Got started a bit late today, sorry. But we're going to play some more of Case 3 of Ace Attorney Investigations. Hey King Brolly, hey Scurvy Kip, how are yous? Some finger pointing on this quiet morning will do you some good. Excellent. Alright, so we started Case 3 yesterday. So I really like what we did yesterday, just playing Case 3 until we got like a break, and then swapped over to Mario Kart. So I think I'll try and keep doing that. Makes it easier to kind of to stream these, since the segments in these kind of games tend to be really long, like 2.5 hours. So playing 2 segments is a bit much, but playing 1 isn't long enough for a stream. So I kind of like what we did yesterday, was swapping over to Super Mario Kart afterwards. So we'll do that again today, I think. Depending on how long this next segment takes, of course. Yeah, go for it, Ezra. You did day 2 of your workout regimen. You're still dead. Oh, tomorrow's a rest day. Ah, excellent. Very good. Good. Good on you for keeping up with it. That's excellent. You'll haul from some thrift stores. Let's have a look-see. Ooh. Oh, Myst. Lots of Myst games. I never played Myst. I always wanted to. Oh, Descent. I played the Descent games. Those are cool. I think I can buy those on GOG, can't I? Yeah, I'd love to revisit the Descent games. Alright. The Kidnap Turnabout Middle Part 1. Alright, we're up to the middle of it, apparently. So, let's think over what's happened. March 13. Actually, no. First we'll look in the organiser and we'll kind of go over the facts of what's happened so far. One of those games will never be on GOG or Steam. No. Oh, yeah, I've heard about No One Lives Forever being just a mess. I read an article about, I think it's Night Dive Studios. They were trying to get the rights for it, and the rights are with one of 3 big companies, and none of them can be bothered digging through all their files to figure out who has it. Oh, that's really sad. You just wanted to say hello before you lay down again. No worries, Scurvy Kip. Have a good lie down. Have a good night or a good lie down. Okay. So we're at Gatewater Land. Nice amusement park sort of thing. There's a kidnapping. And there's also a murder, because there's always a murder. Alright, so this guy has been kidnapped. His father has asked us to get involved. Edgeworth knows his father and is indebted to him, but his father also is a fan of Manfred von Karma, so... But yeah, Edgeworth's trying to figure out what happened to Lance, who got kidnapped. This girl's our assistant for now. She's a thief. She claims she's the Yatagarasu thief. And she's stolen the position of being our assistant. Right. And this is the butler for this family, the Amanos, because they're pretty rich. Yeah, this guy was the butler, and we found his murdered body. So, we're trying to figure out who killed him, trying to figure out who kidnapped Lance. Is Lance still okay? We don't even know that. Meekins, poor Meekins is the current suspect for the police, because Interpol has taken over. Shi Long Lang, he's an Interpol agent, and he's taken over the investigation. And he kind of doesn't seem to care about the truth, so we're trying to butt heads with him, trying to figure out who actually is responsible. And who was she? She was Lance's girlfriend. Okay. We don't really know much about her yet. That's kind of it. Also, there's lots of badges around. There's lots of badges in lots of badger costumes in this amusement park. Yeah, I think that's the important stuff. Hoorah. Swap that. March 13, 1:22 PM. Gatewater Land main gate. Let me just change my view. There we go. Nah, chased out like a pair of peasants. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Kay? There's something even thieves should never steal. Do you know what that is? You really should steal anything. However, I'll bite. What shouldn't a thief steal? A life. It's too heavy of a burden on your soul to get away with. Ever. That's something we can agree on. Well said, Kay. Yeah, that's pretty... I can agree with that. So many badges, you don't know what to do. Yeah. I'm wearing my badge today. Yo! It's... I should wear it like over a bit more because it keeps getting hidden by the microphone. Ah well. You also found 2 PS3 games and a 360 game. You flipped them. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Very cool. No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never truly be hidden. And I intend to prove that by my own hands. When I apprehend the murderer myself. Alright, and I'm going to work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go. I still never said she could be my assistant. I'm just going to drop the issue. The first thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, the stadium! Hurry, sir! This is supposed to be hush-hush, but they found a witness at the stadium. A witness? Yo, what did we tell you about leaving your assigned post? Oh, the jig is up. Mr. Edgeworth, remember that I'm always rooting for you, so go get him, sir. Those detectives sure look like they're enjoying themselves. It's not all fun and games, Kay. Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet this witness. They found a home run. Ha! Heh. Yeah. 1:42 PM. Stadium. I thought there was a witness here. Yeah, I don't see anyone. Mr. Edgeworth! Ah, no, it's not Gumshoe. Oh, it's Emma! Long time no see. You are Miss Emma Skye, correct? This girl is the younger sister of my former superior, Lana Skye. 2 years ago, we stood in the same courtroom together as witness and prosecutor. But I thought she had gone to Europe to study forensics. I can't remember how I voiced her. I think it was something like Maya. I can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course I do. How have you been? You look to be in good spirits. Are you still studying abroad? You bet. More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes scientifically. I've been studying non-stop every day to become a top-notch forensic scientist. But it's spring break now, so I thought I'd come back for a bit. I see. Ah, I can walk around now. Actually, can we go back to... No, okay. Where are you going, Mr. Edgeworth? We have to find the witness before that mean old werewolf does. You're right. The witness is supposed to be here in this stadium. But where? Oh. Let's talk to Kate first. Yes? You look deep in thought. Care to share, Kate? With all that's happened, I'm getting a little confused. For example, what that detective said earlier. About how we must look for the witness at the stadium? No, not that. The I'm always rooting for you bit. I was thinking how sweet that is. It's like you two are best friends. Aww. Was I expecting to see her again? No, not yet. I know there's another game she shows up in, but yeah, I wasn't expecting her to see her in this game. So that's cool. I think you're a little confused, alright, Kay. Ah, Edgeworth. Ah, same dialogue. Gotta check the badge at every opportunity, you know? What else can we show her? The Badger-mobile. Nothing new there. Bum, 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 bum. Pendant. This horse is really pretty. Don't even think about it. Okay, I'll just hold on to it then. Don't worry, it's safe with me. Just so we're clear, Kay, a 5-finger discount is not part of the bargain. What's a 5-finger discount? Yeah. Hey, Camden Kittens. Yeah, I'm gonna do the fan patch for the sequel, the fan translation. Yeah, I'll do that before Apollo Justice, since it's set before then. Her cameo here was heavily advertised in Japan. The Japanese love Emma. Ah, okay. Let's take a look at this. I assume this is another Badgermobile. Yeah, but it's a different colour than the blue Badger's car. Yes, this is the retina-searing pink model. Come on, it's nearly the same shade you're wearing, Edgy. It's nearly the same shade. Look at that. That's funny. I'll talk to Emma once I'm done looking around. Nothing really to look at around here. Yeah. I almost didn't recognise you. You've really grown in these past few years. Please don't tease me, Mr. Edgeworth. I know I still have a long way to go. But I'm going to be a super forensic scientist someday. You'll see. You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Skye. Nice to meet you. I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you? Wow, that's a great dream. My name's Kay Faraday, and I'm training to become an unstoppable great thief. A great thief? Don't think too hard on it, Emma. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have much to catch up on. You bet we do. A 5-finger discount is shoplifting. Ah, okay. That makes sense. They look nothing alike. The car doesn't even have a brooch. So, why are you here, Emma? Well, I just happened to decide to come back home for spring break. And then I heard that you'd come back too, so I raced on over here. I had really wanted to welcome you back at the airport, but I had just missed you. And how exactly did you know I was here? Through the power of science, naturally. Never underestimate what science can do for you. I used these to track your footprints, and I followed them straight to you. Okay, that's actual stalking. This set is the greatest. It's so wonderfully scientific. You spray this chemical on the ground, and when you shine the special light on it, zing! The footprints light up like an electrified noble gas in a glass tube. It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking. Forensic science has never seemed more ominous to me than at this very moment. To check out my badge. This is the symbol of a prosecutor, right? But I don't think I've ever seen you wear it, though. Well, I'm not as enthusiastic about wearing it as you are with your pin badges. I know, right? I mean, I really wanted to put even a few more on today. Oh hey, I like yours, Kay. Do you have any extras? Sorry, but there's only one of these in the world, and it's proof that I am a great thief. How does she know what kind of shoe Edgeworth wears? Good question. Now, if I calculate this out scientifically using my time scheduler... Aha! I can definitely see all of the attractions before the park closes. Science sure is useful, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not even going to bother asking Emma how she calculated that. Scientifically calculating and thinking critically about this, then putting it in a way that transmits the feeling that I understand. Phew, done. She makes it sound like she knows what she's talking about, but she really has no idea. Admittedly, I am slightly confused by what she just rattled off. Alright, nothing to say about the pendant. No, just show her all the things, because that's what we do in these games. Whoops, up, whoops. Don't think about it, it's not worth the trouble. Yep. Seeing the blue badges sure brings back memories. Yes, indeed. I remember it like it was yesterday. That was really something, huh? The red-hot courtroom battle between the two of us. I don't think it was quite as dramatic as that. And it wasn't a battle between you two. Okay. Emma, I'd like to ask you about what you witnessed. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told us about? Well, I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. Mr. Edgeworth needs your scientific doohickeys right now, pal, he said. What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking. So let me guess, there's been a murder, right? Yes, unfortunately. There's a sudden glint in her eyes. But I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where did that person go? What's that off in the distance? Oh no. Oh hey, it's the pink badger! Badger get! Badger, 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 badger. Just what does she see in these silly things? Oh, sorry to hear that, Azraya. Stomachache. Took some Tums and it already working. Okay, that's good. I think this badger has something to say to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you, by chance, the witness I've been searching for? Sorry, but I don't speak badger dance. Well, we've got the music now. Hey Emma, anything else to say? No? Okay. I like Emma's remix of the Turnabout Sisters theme. It's good. We fixed the music too by talking to Emma. Alright. Who's it gonna be? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Ah! I can't take being inside that stuffy head anymore. You're... No! Why her? Why here? Why now? I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and cause me great grief. Edgy Boo! Why couldn't you understand what I was trying to tell you? I mean, really. I was trying so hard to keep the kids' dreams alive by staying in character. But you couldn't pick up on what I was trying to convey to you. I'm sick and tired of that roundabout way of talking, so I'm going to just be direct. I had a bad feeling before, but this just made it official. Today has gone beyond the typical not my day into the realm of waking nightmare. So, you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth too, Miss Pink Badger? You could say that, but right now I'm just the Pink Badger, dearie. She may look the part, but I know better than to trust my eyes around this woman. My name is Wendy Oldbag. But you can call me Wendy, or Granny, or whatever suits your fancy. Nice to meet you, Miss Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday. What do I care about a young whippersnapper like you? She's such a jerk. Edgy's #1 stalker fangirl, yes. Oh dear. Yeesh, I was just trying to be polite. Check out my badge. Go on, Edgy Poo, show me anything and I'll tell you all about it. Very well, what do you think about this? It's nothing special. Somehow I figured she'd say as much. Oh. I thought she'd be excited to see the badge. Badgermobile? Don't think she has anything to say about this stuff. What about the badger, the bad badger? Yet another blue badger. I've had my fill of these things for a lifetime. Thank you for the extra commentary, but all I wanted was for you to take a look. Oh, alright, I guess I can do that. But only because it's you, Edgy Poo. What is wrong with this thing? Why is this blue badger wearing sunglasses? How could she have not noticed all this time? I take it she doesn't know about the badger family. It's like a lineup of ugly thugs. You cut to the quick. Only behind the scenes, I'm the Pink Badger right now to the kids. But don't you think I'd be even more lovable if I kept this headpiece off? Think of the children. You're the one who wants to keep their sweet dreams alive, right? Thanks to this, people have been taking my picture all day. It's like I'm one of the mascot characters of this park. It's not like. You are the mascot character. Well, one of them anyway. But you have no idea how hard it is to be one. You're not allowed to talk at all. Taking away my ability to talk halves my effectiveness as a human being. You have a hard time not talking, but it seems like such an easy thing to do. What do you know, young'un? Just wait until you're my age, then we'll see. Is it possible this loud old lady was once a quiet, fair maiden? Ha! Impossible. Yeah, what haven't we shown? Stolen costumes. Huh? Yeah, this music's pretty good. Murder! Nope, okay. Okay. Weren't you a security guard at one of the Gatewater hotels the last time we met? I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do, unlike the youth of today. I get called in all the time to fill in when there aren't enough hands. But enough about me, Edgy Poo. I'm thoroughly dejected right now. I finally get the chance to see you again, and here you are, talking with two young girls. Men are all the same. It doesn't matter how old they are. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Something about marriage, I don't know. You seem to attract all sorts of interesting people, Mr. Edgeworth. Kay, please, I'm begging you. By all means, do not provoke her any further. Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness. Honestly, I hope she isn't, but I don't think fate is going to be so kind today. I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that? So it's true. She is the witness. I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the old bag. Yes, it was just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder. You mean to say that you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes? Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me. Oh boy. What old bag witnessed? I came to this stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. Looks like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say. Unfortunately. What's that unfortunately you tacked on at the end supposed to mean, Edgy Poo? Well, anyway, let's see what we can find out from this little old lady. Her testimony is always reliable, right? Yeah, always. She always says exactly what she saw. I came to this stadium to take a short break. You mean you took a break from being the Pink Badger? You may not think it, but it's hard work keeping kids' dreams alive. You smell of sweat, your hip creaks with pain, you even begin to dream about work. That's the kind of story that would scar a child for life, you know. Well, that's why I chose to come to take my break here, Whippersnapper. I don't plan on playing the part of a dead badger in front of a bunch of kids. So what did you see while you, the Pink Badger, were resting? Oh yes, that. Well, as I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. And what is that area? You saw two men. Can you describe them for me? They look like your average Joes, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring that I don't even remember much beyond that. But did they have any special features? Anything you can recall would be very helpful. Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of those two men. Hey, she's right. You do seem pretty worked up over them, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not worked up over anyone, and I'm not jealous. It's alright, Edgy Poo. Those two were just foals compared to a stallion like you. I thought so little of them that I lost interest the instant I laid eyes on them. Ah, you like my voice for her? Nice. Thanks, Tag. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place. Absolutely. That gun made a terrible racket when it was fired. You didn't try to go help the person that got shot? I'm only one person, you smart alecky brat. What could I have done? But I took off as soon as I could to find someone who could help. 2 men, 1 bullet. It's all consistent with what we found out from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to go on in your testimony. Well, if I saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how do you expect me to remember anything without something to jog my memory? Self-centered, aren't we? While it was somewhat useful, her testimony also presents us with a new problem. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? So, about this new problem. What is that giant grin on your face for? Do you want me to show you something really nice? No, thank you. Don't be so mean. I swear it's something you're gonna like. What is that gadget you're holding? What you see before you is the secret weapon of a great thief. Ah, I should have known it would be worthless. Wow. Aw, don't be like that. What do you think now? What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air. I'm going to input the necessary information to run the simulation now. Once I'm done, I'll increase the size of the projection to its maximum size. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares to take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now, witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. What is this? This is a recreation of the murder based on the info I inputted into Little Thief. Little Thief? I dare say I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a bit too far. Little Thief is actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I used it like this. Let's see. Miss Oldbag said that the 2 men were facing each other. And then a gunshot rang out and the victim fell to the ground. Ah, so with this, we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past. See? So, what do you think? I have to say, I'm impressed by the technology thieves have access to these days. Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Yatagarasu. Indeed. Oh, but if there isn't enough information or if something is out of place, the recreation could come out a little strange. In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of a witness's testimony. You got it. You really catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth. Right now, this simulation is a recreation of that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. And if I find anything illogical or strange, I can then ask for clarification. Feel free to examine anything in this simulation in the way you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. And if you find something, I've got Little Thief with me, so you just let me know, okay? This is pretty cool. So the police should probably have access to this technology too. That would be really useful. Well then, let's talk to Kay. Yes? So, you believe that this gadget will provide us with the proof we need? Yeah, of course. Pretty neat, huh? By inputting info like this, it can recreate the crime scene exactly as it was. Although Little Thief was originally intended to be a training sim for heists. A training sim for thievery? I don't believe I can turn a deaf ear to that, Kay. Bah, it's for practice. Practice. It's not like I've actually stolen anything yet. Besides, we're in the middle of an investigation, so stop nitpicking. Even if it is just practice, I can't exactly endorse the act of stealing. Although, admittedly, this device is rather useful in an investigation. So, how am I supposed to use this to aid my investigation? Oh, that's right. I guess I should explain how to use it, huh? Objects outlined in yellow are things that are not present in our time, but were in the past. Things outlined in a dotted line are things that exist now, but didn't in the past. I see. You can examine and interact with replicated people and objects as you normally do. You can even present evidence whenever you find an inconsistency. Oh, and be sure to point out mistakes in the recreation with evidence too. Very well. Let's continue with the investigation. If there's something you don't get about Little Thief, feel free to ask anytime, okay? Both AI games underuse it. That's a shame. According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here. That's right, but if that's the case, then we've already found our first contradiction. Huh? What? Where? If this is the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. Blood. Let's save my game. Eventually. Which piece of evidence shows the missing item? The blood. I guess it's the murder notes. Maybe it's my badge though? Maybe you're still adjusting to the simulation? Yes, that's it. Allow me to find my bearings, and I'll present the contradiction again. Maybe I need to review the evidence again. It should go without saying that the truth lies in what is missing from this scene. Definitely my badge. Let's see what the game over is. Ah. I thought I'd drop by and see how you were doing, and fill you in on some details. Details? Concerning what? Officer Meekins. I've officially placed him under arrest for kidnapping and murder. Hold on, that's not... Too late. I've already made up my mind. Is there really nothing I can do? And thus the truth was lost forever! Sorry, all eternity. Oh. Alright, so I'll try presenting the notes about the murder. I'm trying to point out missing blood. There could also be missing tracks from the Badgermobile. Either one of them, like they're both missing. We'll go with the murder notes for now. This is a contradiction. Huh? Is something wrong with my recreation? If this is the real scene of the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how did we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one? Ah, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either, right? Right. The fact that there is no blood here casts doubt on the witness's testimony. Edgy Poo? How can you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw, and I saw the victim get shot down. You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edgeworth. To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there is another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Yeah, let's talk. This is amazing! Just feel the power of science! Honestly, we should get one of these machines for her. She would love it. What is this? Some sort of new attraction? Yeah, they don't have much to say. I wouldn't expect that. It's the silhouette of the killer with his gun at the ready. Okay, is it not possible to recreate the face of the killer? Of course not, we don't know who it is, Edgeworth. Well, I can't exactly input what we don't know into Little Thief. She has a point. We're not travelling through time here, Edgy. It looks like they broke the stage down. The stage was packed up. The stage I saw this morning in the centre of the stadium has been packed away. Okay. Probably important. I guess this means they're done for the day. Or maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to start its run tomorrow. What else can we look at? Really want to inspect this. Okay. Not much to look at. Now I'm fairly convinced that the victim was killed here, but then why is there no blood? There must be some explanation for this contradiction. Perhaps I should go over all the information I've gathered one more time. What we got in our logic bin? So are there blood on the stage, perhaps? You know, I should save before we do this. We have, like, no health. Alright. Good night, Azrael. Thanks for hanging out. Logic button. There's the blood on the stage. Somewhere. Nope. Okay. See, that's where I saved. Okay. Well, I guess the blood is because the victim was in a costume. Well, let's get that health back. Because it'll only take a few seconds. I should have checked if there was a game over when we were talking to Wendy. Like, just presenting random things. Dang it, I think I missed something. Ah, well. It seems a lot easier to miss little bits of dialogue in this game than the other ones. Yes, I wondered a while ago if the costume had absorbed all the blood. Is it not possible that the victim was wearing a costume? So you really think that Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers? I think we can reasonably assume there is a very good chance that he was. And that if he was shot while he was inside one of those stolen costumes, then Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground. Precisely. Now, if only we could prove that the victim was wearing a costume. You'd think it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints. But the problem is finding them, since there doesn't seem to be any around. Footprints, huh? I wonder how we can go about finding some of those. I wonder if there's someone we could talk to. I would have gotten the same game over with Lang. Oh, okay. Thanks, counting. Cool. I didn't really miss anything then. Hey, Emma. Emma. Emma, about that method you were talking about for finding footprints. Ah, finally my expert knowledge in forensics is needed. Yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints? Leave it to me. My cutting-edge detection kit can find anything. Very well. If you could please analyse the footprints in this area. Okay. Stand back now and witness the power of science at work. Science! She might get along well with Agnes. Hey, I found something! Look, right there! I don't see anything. Ah, that's right. Here, put these special glasses on, Mr. Edgeworth. These footprints here. We're definitely left by a badger costume. Judging by the way the prints are layered, those seem to be the newest. Then we can conclude that the victim was definitely wearing a costume at the time. Nice. Okay, in that case, I'll update Little Thief's simulation parameters. I can't wait to see what we can find out from this new info. Oh. So, the victim was wearing a costume when he died. And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right? I see the recreation has changed in accordance with the new information. We may be closer, but now something else has caught my attention. What do you want? Your testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please. Bum bum bum. What old bag witnessed? Need some more water. Okay. I came to this stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. So, does this mean that Miss Oldbag's testimony has a contradiction in it? Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation. See? I just knew Little Thief would be of help. Now let's see if we can pull more info from Miss Oldbag to put into the recreation. For that, we must first find the contradiction in her testimony. Alright, do we get the same press statements, I wonder? I came to the stadium to take a short break. This looks the same. Yeah, same as before. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Bam, bam, bam. You saw two men. Can you describe them for me? Yeah, she claims they were completely uninteresting. But if one of them was in a costume, well, yeah. Alright, so I think that's the contradiction. Let's check everything else first. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place? Absolutely! That gun made a terrible racket when it was fired. We have seen this dialogue. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. Knowing what we know now, thanks to your recreation, the contradiction stands out like a giant sore thumb. Precisely. It's all becoming clear to me. Let's clear up this issue with some well-presented evidence and get this over with. Bum, bum. Press that one. Well, don't you have anything to say to me? No, not especially. You're so cold, Edgy Poo. But that is exactly what I like about you. You sure are one tough cookie, one part unshakable, and one part scary. Watch that smart mouth of yours, Missy. What do you know about my fragile heart? Why did we show something wrong to her? Check out my badge. That statement just now conflicts with this piece of evidence. That's not fair, Edgy Poo. I didn't have a chance to prepare myself for your... Just be quiet and listen. I don't think you're going to get much out of her with the evidence you just presented. I mean, I don't think it even contradicts anything anyway. Since when did she become Miss Law Expert? See if there's any other dialogue. Ah, same one. Do, do, do. Alright. Victim's costume. He was likely wearing one due to footprint shape and the lack of blood. Objection! Check out my badge. 2 men. How did you know the gender of the 2 people involved? Seeing as how the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Ah, okay, that's also a point. Ah! Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. Oh, I'm beginning to doubt if you really witnessed the murder at all. But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own eyes. From a seat in the 2nd tier. The 2nd tier? Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier? That was, you know, I was using the phrase in the metaphorical sense. I see our witness still has a screw loose, in the metaphorical sense. The cushy seats in the 2nd tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs, which is exactly why I go there now and again to take a nap. I can't see how you could have gotten a good look from there, it's so high up. Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there? Well, I know I saw 2 people, but I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage's shadow. Okay. My eyesight isn't what it used to be, you know. Not like when I was young. People called me blah 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 blah. Let's return to our investigation, shall we, Kay? You got it. She's all worked up. Investigation. Anything else to say, Kay? Nope, okay. Footprint analysis. Okay, that looks like it's going to be different. Thanks to you, I'm able to proceed with my investigation once again. Thank you. It was nothing. I'm just glad that science and I could be of service. Pretty amazing how we could see the footprints. So what's the secret behind that thing? Oh, you want to know? Here, you can read the manual. Aha! Very interesting. So if I do this, I can avoid leaving footprints. She can't seriously be trying to use the information to her advantage as a thief. Wait. Very good. Now, she doesn't have anything new to say. Okay. This new silhouette of the victim is in a costume. The silhouettes can change depending on the information I input. But Little Thief can recreate more than just people. So investigate away. We may even find more info with which to make a more accurate sim. Alright, sounds like a plan. It's the silhouette of the killer with his gun at the ready. Alright, so where exactly was the stage? I guess it was around here. So there's got to be something up with this. I haven't been able to inspect it yet, though. Alright, let's save and... Whoops. I said let's save and check out our bin of logic. Logic bin. That's what I'm going to call it now. It's a bin with logic in it. Stage was packed up in the shadow of the stage. I mean, sure. Throw them together. See what we get. If that woman's testimony is to be believed, The murder occurred before the stage was broken down. Do you want me to input that bit of info into Little Thief? Yes, if you please. Okay. Alright. Well, obviously, we have to move where the killer is. This new silhouette of the victim is in a costume. Blah, 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 blah. There is clearly a contradiction here. Please stop stealing my lines. Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to see it coming, even for a layman like me. I suppose, in any case, it's not possible for the killer to have stood here in that way, because there was a very real stage set up in this spot at that time. Yeesh, I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything? Yes, well, in any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation. Isn't it obvious? The killer was on top of the stage, naturally. Right, Miss Oldbag? Yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage. See? Now let me update the info in the simulation. Alright, that was quick. Oh, okay. Just fill my health. Stop giving me so much health. I want to check game overs. Well, well. What are we here? A bunch of hooligans running amok, I see. Agent Lang, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scenes. Agent Lang, we've discovered that the real scene of the murder is here, the stadium. I see. Thanks. For what? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that? Little Thief is not a toy! You two. Sir. That was quick. And there you have it. You see, big boys like me don't need silly toys, little girl. Aww. Now this is a recreation. So what? Do you still intend to assert that Officer Meekins is the killer? Of course. Even knowing that the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook. Bum, bum, bum. Agent Lang's logic. Little Thief is not a toy, it's an action figure. This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. That's the truth your little recreation showed. How far will you go to accuse Officer Meekins of the crime? He's the most likely suspect we've got, especially given the situation with his gun. Well, even if he is the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark. You see? Thank you for your understanding, my little crow girl. I'm not some common crow. I'm the Yatagarasu, the Raven of Legend. Unfortunately, your conclusion has yet to be tested, so let's see how it holds up. This is the real scene of the crime. Looks like we found the real crime scene first. Ha! Brag all you want, but we don't have all that free time. Unlike the two of you. You know what you remind me of? A dog licking his wounds as he whimpers home. Well, I guess I should be thankful for all the time you saved me. Zia Zia. Is that how you pronounce that? That's how we say thanks in my country. You're welcome. I hope he realizes we didn't do all of this for him. But I'm here now, so I'll be taking over. As I was saying, This is where the crime took place. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. Lying in wait? How did Officer Meekins even know the victim was going to come here? Simple. He was investigating the kidnappers, right? And while he was doing so, he came to understand the victim, Mr. Deacon's movements. Ha! And why would the good officer want to ambush and kill a kidnapper? You mean his motive? Who knows, and who cares? Yeah, who cares about motive in a murder case? What? This guy's terrible at his job. You can find that out for yourself when you talk to him in jail. You have no respect for the order of law. Don't get me wrong, but I need more than there's no motive to convince me otherwise. He's right. The lack of a motive is a rather weak argument by itself. So, the officer lay in wait on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. So you agree with how our recreation turned out? Like I said, I'm grateful that you were able to save me some time. Alright, but we still don't know why he chose to wait on top of the stage. Who cares? Maybe he wanted to become the Blue Badger. Who's to say he didn't see the stage and decide to put on a badger stage show of his own? Or maybe there's a completely different reason. What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that Officer Meekins stood up on that stage and shot the victim on the ground below. That's the truth your little recreation showed. Unfortunately, Agent Lang's conclusions do not contradict with our recreation. Then does that mean it all went down just as he says? No, not quite. I wonder if what we had recreated earlier was the whole truth. Wonder if maybe they were both on the stage? So, you honestly believe that what you're saying is what really occurred? Hey, you're the ones who came up with this scenario. Are you saying you doubt yourselves? Touché. Unfortunately, Agent Lang's conclusions do not blah 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 blah. Alright. Real scene of the crime. There's not much to go on here, is there? But he was wearing a costume, so how did he know who the victim was? Maybe that's what we're going for? Nope. Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this piece of evidence, you'd see that there is a very big flaw in your logic. Flaw? Are you sure it's not your eyes that are flawed? Talk to me again when you can see straight. Grr. Maybe this wasn't the piece I was looking for after all. Maybe it's this part we have to present it. Although, hang on, let's look at the murder notes. Shot from abdomen through shoulder. Okay, so this... Yeah, so that means that... That's a weird angle to be shot at. From abdomen through shoulder. It's like the murderer was below the victim. I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly, after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said that the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible. Huh? Why not? Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located. Actually, I didn't get that good of a look. Oh, well then. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon in his abdominal region and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angled shot from beneath the victim. Then, yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above. A clear contradiction! You're discounting your own conclusions? No, this one point is the only flaw. This was the mistaken parameter in our recreation. My save file. It's really refreshing actually to play an Ace Attorney game I haven't played before. Actually trying to figure out what happened. The stage's location, the witness's location, the killer's and victim's locations. Yes, I think maybe they were the other way around. That's what I think. So let's try the wrong ones. That's right, the location of the stage was wrong. You mean the stage was in a totally different spot than where it is now? Yes, the stage was situated where the victim was standing in our simulation. Ha! Are you out of your mind, Mr. Prosecutor? I've never heard of a stage show where the stage actually blocks the audience's view. I suppose not. But I swear I know the reason for the error. I swear I'll get this right eventually, once I try the other options. The location of the witness was our mistake. Edgy-poo! How could you betray me like this? Your testimony was riddled with vague statements. Hey now, I can't let you get away with bad-mouthing a very valuable witness. Besides, if you're saying that it was wrong for you to think she saw it from far away, then perhaps she saw it from up close. That'd make her story even more trustworthy. I didn't mean it that way. Edgy-poo, you can do it, hang in there. So the wrong parameter was not where the witness was, in that case. When old bag is encouraging you, you know things are going bad. Alright. Yes, the locations of the killer and the victim were wrong. Ah, I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer. If this is what happened, it also explained the positioning of the gunshot wounds. But then, what about the footprints? Since footprints don't lie, we can assume then that the killer also wore a costume. Okay, I'll try using that data instead. The Badger shootout. Badgers everywhere. Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Lang? Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekins of the crime. Another bit of proof. We haven't even found the guy who was kidnapped, so... Oh, yeah, okay. I asked that you take another good look at the tyre marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badgermobile. That story Officer Meekins told about that shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the Blue Badgermobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. But there's another Badgermobile here. You believe he moved the body with the car? That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us to the way he did it. The 3-tired tread marks are very telling. However, is the Blue Badgermobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? I ask that you take another good look at the tyre marks over there. The tyre marks? Yes, the tyre marks. The ones there behind the stage. They were hidden up until now by the various pieces of stage equipment. As for when they were made, they must have been made after the rain had begun to fall, correct? Yes, and probably around the same time as when the killer's footprints were made. The tyres on that blue Badgermobile probably got pretty muddy because of that. I say it's a blue Badgermobile because, well, that's pretty obvious too. But there wasn't any mud on the tyres. There's no mud. Alright. That was easy. This guy's bad at his job. The 3 marks are indicative of the blue Badgermobile. 3 tyre marks. I have to agree that the blue Badgermobile has 3 tyres. Of course! The only thing in this park that could make those marks is that roving shop. Are you forgetting that there are, in fact, 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink and the proto-Badgermobiles, Agent Lang. Of course! I didn't say it couldn't be either of the other 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this just to complicate things. What? What kind of logic's that? I don't think I've even seen the proto-Badgermobile, so that one's MIA. So that's probably the actual one that was here. That story Officer Meekins told about that shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. Of course, you have some sort of proof that it was all a lie, correct? Of course not! Well, that was blunt. But suppose it is a lie. It would explain a lot of things. Like his movements and his whereabouts. He drove the blue Badgermobile here and committed the murder. So you still claim that the tyre marks belong to the blue Badgermobile? Blue Badgermobile is still fun to say. It must have arrived on the scene after the ground had become wet with rain. Officer Meekins committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. Besides the blue Badgermobile, there are other ways the body could have been moved. Recall what the Wild West area looked like. Only the blue Badgermobile and Mr. Deacon's body were in the garage. I'd say that's proof. I suppose if one were to look at that place, that would be the only logical conclusion. However, my experience tells me that the truth is usually not so easily found. Is there some sort of problem with Agent Lang's statement with regard to that scene? Looks like the only thing that car was selling was death, not dreams. Only if what Agent Lang believes turns out to be true. The 3 tired tread marks are very telling. However, is the blue Badgermobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? Alright, let's save. Eventually, there we go. DS games. They take a while to save. At least this doesn't take as long to save as the Gen 4 and 5 Pokemon games did. Gosh, those took ages to save. Alright. There was no mud. Yeah, bodied. Oh really? That's not it? There's no mud. There's no mud! Blah! Bum, 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 bum. Gurk. Apparently you can insult Miles, but not the courts. Is this what we're presenting it at? Yeah. Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tyre marks could not have been left by Officer Meekins' blue Badgermobile. One look at the car would have told you so. What proves that the Blue Badgermobile had never been to this stadium? The dead body. Also, this music's so good. The victim's body tells the true tale behind it all. What's wrong with you, Mr. Prosecutor? We're talking about the Blue Badgermobile. What does the body have to do with anything? Unless it's hiding some sort of secret. Well, I believe we should investigate this next is all. Ha! Looks like you're no match for my wits after all. Wait, please allow me to take another good look. Okay, they had special dialogue for pointing at the body, that's pretty funny. Bam, 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 the window! The reason I believe this car never came to the stadium is the car itself. Huh? What do you mean? The pink Badgermobile was here from the beginning. And there is no need for two Badgermobiles to be at any one location at the same time. You sure like to give random answers to things, don't you? But I'm not so easily sidetracked by such weak logic. Arrgh! Wow, there's a lot of wrong answer dialogue here. Hey Dominic, welcome. You only end up catching my streams when you're pulling all-nighters. Ah. Sorry to hear you have to do an all-nighter. The Blue Badger is the ultimate recurring MacGuffin. Yes! Good old Badger. Now then, tell me why you believe that car was never at the stadium. This random spot here is definitely why. This is where we should be focusing our attention. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be looking at. Perhaps you're a bit worn down by all this excitement, Mr. Prosecutor? It's none of your business. Just allow me to explain it once again. The tyres. Take that! Take a good look at the tyres. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it. Ugh. If this car had come to the backstage area and left those tyre tracks, then the lack of mud on these tyres stands out as very peculiar indeed. Then, how do you explain the tyre tracks, genius? Hey, I've got it! What about Miss Oldbag's pink Badgermobile? Don't be ridiculous! I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats. Indeed, I believe we can rule her out as someone related to the crime. But someone could have stolen it and... no. However, there is yet one more roving store, as I recall. Oh, you mean the Proto-Badger? Yeah, that one. The horrifying one. That's right. There was one more parking space inside that garage, and it proves the existence of a Proto-Badgermobile. Agent Lang, I suggest you find this Proto-Badgermobile post-haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence in it. Hey, did you hear something? Oh. Help me. Is that the kidnapping victim? Are you alright? Well, this is something. Looks like we've found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Wild West. With kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in? Oh, they didn't go back in and check that place? Ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers. What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say. The kidnappers escaped, wearing costumes. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but two. One was a woman. A woman? Quite an important piece of testimony. They're gonna arrest Oldbag now, aren't they? Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already. I'll even let you guys have what the kid said just now. Consider it a gift. I love that she took her sunnies off at the same time. That's great. Now, are you going to get out of my crime scene, or am I going to have to get rough? Again? You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Oh, no, not you. You're a very important witness for my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily. Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you. That's right, I won't either. You hear me, you young whippersnapper? Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each of you. I'm not going to rough either of you up, I give you my word. Come now, fair maidens, what do you say? Will you cooperate? Fair maidens? My, you little rascal! You sure know the way into a woman's heart. Lang Zi says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever. Trying to outdo my edgy poo with your fancy schmancy sayings? Let's get this over with. So we're clear, I'm only interested in giving you my statement. Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be. Mr. Edgeworth? Oh. Hey, Dashiku. How are ya? Old Bag should have been arrested like 4 games ago. Oh, yeah, probably. Okay. That was a kind of a short segment. I don't know how long the next one's going to be, though. I don't know if we should continue playing this today. What is the time? 5 o'clock. I'm undecided. Does anyone know how long the next segment is? If it's really long, or... The supporting cast of all Ace Attorney games are just casual crime doers. Yes, it's true. It is true. Save! Although, I guess if they put a save point there, it's probably because the next part is long. Alright, so yeah, I think we'll swap over to Mario Kart. Yes, that'll be the safe thing to do. Save my voice. Give my voice a bit of a rest. Alright, that was a short segment for today, but yeah, I think doing one segment each day is a good idea, especially to rest my voice. Alright then. I don't really feel like I need a break yet, so we'll just swap right over. So for those watching on... You're watching the Voice of Dog streaming the end of Phoenix vs. Layton. Not to spoil anything, but oh wow, that game got stupid. Oh. I've heard people are not really a fan of that game. Yeah, I haven't seen anything of it, but I'd love to play it one day, though. Alright, so for those watching this on the VODs, I'm going to play Super Mario Kart now, and that's going to be a separate VOD. So thanks for watching.